Hello, I'm Liz Wagner, welcoming you to Cooking with Kids. This is an introductory video just to kind of tell you why you might want to cook with kids, or what are some methods, or kind of what my intent is. I don't really like to do anything without conveying the context. If you know me, you know that. So my daughter Clemence will be she'll be 3 in about 3 weeks. I started cooking with her when she was probably 18 months old. She was a pretty high needs baby, and I found that when she was born, it was very difficult for me to cook. I would have to wear her in a baby carrier on my front or on my back, and then when she started moving around, it was just not just hard to get to the store, get the ingredients, or have the energy. It was actually difficult having her in the kitchen. And so I would have to wait until my husband got off work, and then he could take the baby and I could begin preparing our meal, and then we would eat very late. And it was a little disruptive to our schedule. So I had to find something that worked. And just from a practical aspect, what I had to do was have her in the kitchen with me. So I started out putting her in a bumbo chair on the counter, which probably isn't very safe. But just giving her a little piece of spaghetti or, lasagna or something to play with, or just some apple slices to chew on, and just letting her watch. And it soothed her enough to where I didn't have to be attached to her. And that just kind of naturally evolved. She obviously wanted to get her hands in everything. So I tried some different methods. I tried giving her actual activities to do at the table while I was cooking, but she wanted her hands in the food. So I started letting her cook. And the first thing that we did was I started letting her help me with smoothies in the morning. She was probably about 18 months old, and we had a step stool or a chair, and it teaches basic motor skills. So being practical is one of the first reasons that you may want to cook with your kids in the kitchen. A second reason is because it just teaches them a lot. It teaches math and science concepts and terminology pretty early on, and then definitely kind of teaches that language as your children age. But even with toddlers, they can learn kind of how to think. It teaches kind of how to think logically. You measure things. Different things have specific ingredients. They have to be put in a certain way. And then it also teaches them basic motor skills. If they're very small, it teaches pouring or scooping, or picking up little things, and carefulness, waiting, and it kind of helps them to understand safety in the kitchen. Clemence is very aware that the stove is hot and she doesn't want to touch it because she's been around it and she knows that it's hot. A few things to expect when you're cooking with children. There's always something that they can do, even if it seems like it's very complicated. The steps can always be broken down enough that there's something that they can do. For instance, I was making something very hot yesterday, and Clemence's job was to open the refrigerator. Something very basic and simple, but it's just enough to get her active so that she's helping when she's at an age when she wants to help, which I hope will sort of get the inertia going so that she continues to want to help as she ages. It exposes her to some really great practical skills, and it's just fun. It's a good bonding time, and for me it's a great solution. It's very, very practical. So that's kind of my story. That's where I'm hoping to go with these little videos of teaching you how to cook with your children. I will note where I find my recipes and what modifications I make, and I tend to cook sort of with an eye toward whole food. So if you have different awarenesses of food allergies or anything that you deal with, this might not meet all of those needs, but I do try to keep things healthy, use whole foods, and do simple things that children can help with. So I hope that you enjoy our little journey together. This is just what we do at home anyway. The house isn't always clean and we're not always done up in makeup and everything, but it is just something that can be incorporated as a part of your life. It's something that we've incorporated as a part of our lives, and we've received a lot of blessing and help from it, and so I just wanted to share with everyone. So welcome to Cooking with Kids.